There we go. There we go. I'm getting the hang of my new setup, y'all. I got my little tablet here to do my little control room things. What's good? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV for a live after show for Sistas. I'm sorry I had to push the time back a little bit. Snowfall comes on right after Sistas, and I also break that down on the channel as well. And I had to go ahead and watch it just so I can prep some things for my team in the morning to be editing those videos as well. So I just was like, let me go ahead and push this live back a little bit. So moving forward, we will be coming live at 8:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to talk about the episode. So hopefully it gives y'all enough time to check it out and to really be enjoying it. Let me make sure that y'all can hear me and there's no issues or whatever in the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? We got quite a few people in here. Thank y'all for kicking it with me tonight. Don't mind this. Like, I'm going to be gardening, so I got my little things here that I need to put out on my patio. We working on getting this little setup together, child. Let me know in the comments or in the chat how you guys feel about tonight's episode, Counterpunch episode 9 from Sistas, while I go ahead and check the chat and shout y'all out. What's up, Erica? How are you? Official Deeks, what's good? Hey, Lynette. Moesha, I'm right here, girl. Crystal, Adriana. Moesha, you pissed? Why you pissed? Muchos, girl, what's up? I'm good. Tanya or Tania? I feel like I messed this up last week too. Tana? One of those. Brianna, hi. Kenny, hey. Hey, Von C, how are you? Post Mardi Gras. Oh, yes, you're in New Orleans. I want to be in New Orleans so bad. Literally on Saturday, I got this random feeling. I was like, yo, I want a king cake. Like, but I'm in LA. Ugh. Hate that for me. I hope you enjoyed. I really miss Zulu. I want to come back just to see Zulu Fest or the Zulu parade. Not Zulu Fest, y'all. That's a whole other thing in the other place in St. Thomas. Anywho, Miriam, what's up? Latanya, what's up? Hey, Shishi, how are you? Terry, hi. Welcome in tonight, y'all. Okay, Fatima had me rolling about Hayden. I'm mad Zach is still in jail. Yes, free Zach. Free our man Zach. Okay? Let him up out of there. Let me go ahead and bring this chat back on screen. Tired of seeing him in there. Yes. Enough with our black men in jail. Yes. Why didn't Jake call Fatima? I want to know what's on them pieces of paper, because he's talking about, is this something that you want her to know? We want her to know everything. So yes. It was kind of slow again. Crystal, the episode was kind of slow. It gave me more in the preview for next week's episode than in the whole episode. And next week's episode, I'm stressed. I'm like, Karen, girl, I tweeted this. I need a break. I love Karen Down. That is my good sis. I will ride till the wheels fall off of her. I don't care. But I don't know if I want to see her anymore until we at the doctor's office, y'all. Because the way that Aaron... we're going to talk about it. We is going to talk about it tonight. I feel like I'm left with too many questions, left unanswered with everyone. That is so real. Aaron is doing too much. Like, being pregnant ain't easy. She needs some time to breathe. I would agree. I think the baby is Aaron's and not Zach's. Girl, you and everybody else. Karen is being so rude to Aaron at this point. I would just move on. Well, she is also pregnant, hormonal, and still struggling with the whole breakup. So, like, let's give her a little bit of slack when it comes to that. She was snappy and she identified it. Yes, I am doing well, Erica. I'm a little tired, but I'm doing well. I'm trying to get into, like, the habit of doing more of these live streams. Let me switch over here because I know I'm, like, behind the thing. Doing more of these live streams. So, like, I'm doing 3 live streams this week, and these take a little bit of energy out your good sis. But I'm here and I'm feeling great. I'm so excited to talk with y'all. Bet money Fatima ends up pregnant or Zach will propose by the episode 10 of season 1 of Fatima. I don't know if Fatima's going to end up pregnant. Oh, Brianna, you just got a king cake. Please enjoy, like, all of it for me. Like, just enjoy. Well, just take a piece and enjoy it. And be like, this is for my good sis E, because she has been craving one. And I literally didn't think about it until it was too late. Like, I could have ordered and it had some sent from, like, some of my old teammates or something like that. But I didn't even do that. Yeah, she doesn't have to be so rude. Yeah, she didn't have to be rude. But sometimes sometimes, y'all, I ain't even going to hold y'all. Before we get into this, I was feeling like I actually wasn't feeling bad this morning, but I was annoyed and I was angry AF. So I came across this YouTube channel by this random, I guess, right wing white man who was ripping Bel-Air to shreds. And to me, all of his rhetoric was just basically like the show is too black and they've ruined it. And it just sent me on this whole spiral. And I was so pissed, like so ready to jump in the comment section. I started looking up all the other criticisms. There's a lot of big like named media places like Entertainment Weekly and Vulture and all these other places that have like literally ripped the show to shreds. And I was feeling away. And I ain't even gonna hold you. Every now and again, somebody might catch me at the wrong time. And I get real snappy or real rude on these internet streets because we all people and we feel things and it happens. Like sometimes we rude. I try my best not to give y'all any of that. But sometimes the wrong person in the right situation, which is actually the wrong situation, might have to hear a thing or two. Okay? Now, Aaron was not that person in this episode, y'all. I don't know what my good sis was doing in that moment. But we're here. We're going to have to roll with her. What else did we think about the episode? Yes, Kenny, I'm going live to talk about Bel-Air tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Like, Bel-Air is a show that I'm really, really, really excited about right now. Like, I cannot stop talking about it to people in, like, real life. And, yeah, I absolutely love it. I want Fatima to just let Hayden get Hayden taken away at this point. Like, kidnap this dude, and he'll get the point. Child, something's going to happen. I feel like Hayden's not going to get it until he ends up dead. Like, but then it's already too late. And I have no remorse. Like, he's hobbling around thinking somebody cares. Like, no, we're really laughing at you. This is actually funny. Like, this isn't a game. This is definitely funny, you know. It just is. And that's it. That's all. Like, I don't know what you actually want, sir. I was starting to think of you and watch the same video. That man said Bel-Air was confusing because it was an all-black cast. Child, I'm working on something. I had to call a few friends. I was in a group chats and group FaceTimes today. My friends really, shout out to Can y'all hear me now? Did I do something? I think I might have hit something. Can y'all hear me now? Volume. I'm ready to riot for Bel-Air. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I think I was like messing with my mic. I'm gonna not touch it because I'll be doing all types of stuff on these lives and be messing it up. All right, everybody can hear me now. Okay, good. Okay. All right, good. I'm sorry. No, I was on 100 this morning. I called a friend. Shout out to my subbies. There's 2 subbies who really have become friends over the last year. Naya and Melissa Chow. We was in a group little FaceTime today. I called my other homegirl that I've known for 12 years. literally was on the phone with her like, so if I read this man for film, how cancelable am I? Like, what's going on? I was hot. Like, I was so hot, and I was going to be so dang disrespectful, but I figured out how I actually want to address it, how I actually want to, you know, stand up for the show and for the vision and the creatives and the stories that they're doing with the show. So look out for that, y'all. I have a video coming for that, as well as a few articles. Like, I'm writing some things as well because people got us fucked up. And I think one thing, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go back to Sistas because that's what we all came here for. One thing that I think that a lot of the majority doesn't realize when they have these conversations about wokeness, in some ways, I guess we can look at it like we are waking up and we're realizing certain things. But in my opinion, we all, like, Black people are not waking up. The others are. We have always been us. We have always been Black. They have just policed how we show up in media, how we show up in music, how we show up in, like, all of these different things. So when I think about Fresh Prince and I think about Bel-Air, yes, it's a dramatic version versus the comedic version, but the dramatic version is not putting any type of restrictions on how Black these characters can be, or how much of the Black life you're going to see from each of these characters and whatever their walk of life is. And Fresh Prince very much so had a certain tolerance for how Black you could be. And my number one point for that, and again, I'm going to go back to Sistas because we ain't here to talk about Bel-Air, but I don't think Will Smith said the word Jean one time in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Not once, which is a very real cultural phrase specific to Black people in Philadelphia. And he never once said it. He never once said it because he was on NBC 20 years ago. Like, and that just wasn't a thing. So anyway, we're going to talk about that tomorrow in my Bel-Air Live, as well as my full breakdown when I read every last one of these white critics and one or two little Black ones, because they're all skin folk don't be all skin folk don't be kinfolk. We're going to talk about it. But just to say, Kenny, I feel you. We're going to ride for Bel-Air regardless because they're doing a great job over there. All right, back to what we're talking about with Sistas. That don't make no sense. My little beef with these critics is giving more than the Sistas episode did tonight. Anywho. All right. You hate Hayden. How you hate Carlton. They both need to go. Carlton is getting there for me. I feel like episode 6 is gonna put Hayden. I mean, it's gonna put Carlton on like the Hayden and Gary level for me, at least. Thank you so much, Vaughn. Thank you. Tonight's show was okay. Yeah, if I had to rate tonight's episode, I would probably give it a 7. It was okay. Like, to me, the best parts of it was the conversation with Andi and Fatima. Andi, that's how you show up for your friend Karen and also still maintain your friendship with Fatima. When she said, all right, now that is still my friend, that is exactly what you do, and then back away, but you can still have certain conversations. I absolutely adored it. I do think that Andi is being dumb. I think that Fatima is being nice by telling her that she's not dumb. And I'm looking on Twitter and watching everybody like, yeah, Fatima's such a great friend. I mean, I get it. Protect her feelings, but then also, like, I don't know. Is Fatima really privy to all that Karen is privy to when it comes to Gary? Because I feel like Fatima doesn't know everything about Gary. She just knows that he ain't but I don't think that she knows about Gary squeezing her like that. She knows about him being in the bathroom and her thinking there was somebody in there. But does she know about the girl in the bed? Did Andi tell her that? I feel like Fatima's missing out on a bunch of information because the fact that she co-signed that Andi ain't dumb, I was just like, girl, well, okay, I guess we still in the phase of being nice to our friend because we way past her not being stupid. And I'm like, if we don't want to use the word stupid, then can we just say dumb adjacent? Can we please? Because I can't. I'm telling you, there's definitely going to be a twist on the Karen pregnancy sitch. Karen is entirely too unequivocal with saying it's Zach's baby, not saying it's not, but Listen, I'm going to ride with my little theory for right now. It's either Zach's baby or my original theory or my newest theory. And if y'all haven't seen it, I did a baby troubles video where I broke down what could be the huge twist that's supposed to shock us all. If it's not one of those two things, I don't even want to think about it anymore, because I'm going to be honest, it's stressing me. It truly is stressing me, y'all. Like, just thinking about all of this, looking at Aaron in this episode and watching him sit there and cry, child, and just, I'm like, Lord, can we please can I do this way? Can I get to a new photo here? Child, me trying to do this is not the business. Watching Aaron, like, I'm very, very torn, because I hate that Aaron is being drugged like this, but then I also am like very excited to see how intentional he is and how much he wants her, and like how he is not being deterred or swayed in any way. I'm just like, okay, I'm here for it. But then also it's just like, okay, how much longer do we have to sit with this? Because it's just like, part of it is right, like, she just told you yesterday, and now you come in with a dang on calendar, you done emailed and faxed and did all of this stuff. Like, everybody just take a damn breath, okay? Let's take a breath. It's not going to change anything. The time still has to pass regardless. Like, for her to have a baby, 9 months still has to pass regardless. Can everybody just calm the hell down? Stop asking all of the, like, we've asked the initial questions. Now we don't need to keep getting on her damn nerves about it. So while I thought that she was like snappy and a little rude, I also understood it, because it's like, I just told you yesterday and you just sent me a whole daggone Google Calendar sheet of when we slept together and how you know that this is your baby. And you already know I'm struggling with dealing with the release of Zach, and I think that it's his baby. And for me, y'all, I'm gonna say, if she believes that, then let her believe that until she's disproven. Like, what it doesn't, at this point, it don't matter. She's not even showing. It's just like, it's creating all this angst and stress for no damn reason. I get that everybody wants to know, but until she goes to the doctors, it's like, why are we even still talking about it? Let's just focus on the fact that she's pregnant and keep her healthy with that. Like, can we do that? I'm sorry, Aaron, you can have your theories all you want to, and your Google Sheets and your spreadsheets and everything else, and you have calculated and fingers and toes. Great. But until she goes to the doctors, it still won't matter. Fatima, you are hoping it's not Zach's baby. I thought it was so beautiful. Like, her saying, like, she wanted to have his babies. I'm like, yo, I feel that. So I can't even fault her for, like, oh, it's not Zach's baby now. I think it's interesting how Tyler Perry, like, structures the dialogue. I wish that he wouldn't have went so hard in the beginning when Zach told her, like, it's life, we gonna live it, and like seeming like she was so cool, because this is what I was expecting her response to be when he first told her, and now it feels like she's diverting back and going into this space of like, oh, well, I wanted to be his, his child's parent and all of this other kind of stuff. But I get it. It's 100% understandable. I don't know. I know that we are like, in Tyler Perry time, we're spending like 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 episodes in one day. So time isn't actually moving along, but I'm just really like, yo, at this point, all I want to see Karen do is go to the doctors, because all of these people are getting on my nerves, and I know they're getting on hers, which again, just goes back to the snappiness. What am I missing in this chat? Fatima told Hayden you're dead on the phone. Another episode that dragged. Yeah, it did. Like, how did the preview give us more than the whole episode did? We didn't get to know any reason why Zach was in jail. And girl, at what point do they I get it. I know I'm watching a Tyler Perry show, so I'll be really, really trying to just keep that in mind. But how the hell you arrest somebody, you don't read them no Miranda rights. You take them right to the jail. You don't take them down to bookings and processing. Like, in what world do you stick up a bank, flip on the supposed ring that your ass was leading, and get out of jail 48 hours after you went to jail? I'm like, come on now, Tyler. Come on. I can't. Andi as a friend is giving fake. If I was Karen, I would feel a way about them talking about me when I ain't there. I didn't feel like Andi was fake this episode. She has been fake before. One thing that I struggle with about Andi in this episode, one is that she's oh my god, I want to keep the apartment or the penthouse and I want Gary back or whatever. But then also, like, you know how Karen feels about Gary. You know how Karen feels about all this stuff. Why did you hop your goofy ass into this Rolls Royce and drive over to her salon to come and tell her stuff that she, one, don't want to hear, and two, you already know what her feelings are about it. So you asking her these questions, getting her to recite some things that your ass don't want to hear because you're still going to do what you want to do anyway. Like, it's giving wasting my time and I'm pregnant. It's giving me anxiety and I'm pregnant. It's given I have better things to worry about than you staying on this Gary roller coaster and I'm pregnant. Leave me the hell alone, Andi. Please. Just leave me alone. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get that out because I was just like, why? Wasn't you supposed to be going to go meet up with Danni? Why are you at that Karen's Hair Mastery? How did you get here? Andi told Fatima about the lady in her bed when Karen walked into the break room episode. Okay. I don't think they were that close then, Andi and Fatima. Right. Fatima doesn't know all that Gary has done, just like the sisters don't know about Andi's threesome. Okay, got you. Like, y'all, make it make sense for me. It's probably not Zach or Aaron's baby. Well, who baby is it? Because what y'all not going to do is try to slut shame her or make her out to be some kind of raggedy hoe. My sound gone again? No, it says it's on. If Karen is happy about having Zach's baby, why isn't she happy? Girl, she's stressed. And nobody around her is happy for her. The biggest issue that I had with the whole penthouse thing, I love the episode, but I still struggle with the fact that not one of them damn friends said congratulations. And Fatima, I don't count as Karen's friend, so that's why I said not one of her friends. Fatima's a real one, and she said it, even if she didn't mean it, which I do think that she meant it, but not one of her friends said congratulations. Hell, Andi didn't even do it today. She's so pressed about her dumbass problems, like, I gotta stop because Andi got me cursing. Right now everyone is doing team too much. Like, people say Aaron is patient, Karen is mean, but like, pamper her a little rather than add stress. I just want someone to take care of Karen for once. Hello, Kenny. Can you say it one more time for the people in the back? Cause she pregnant. Like, the fact that they are still interacting with her like she's the same Karen, and they have all this huge news, not to say that she's a completely different person now, but she's pregnant. At what point is there any kind of softening or care? Andi, why are you running your goofy ass to the salon to talk about Gary anymore? She's pregnant. There's bigger fish to fry than you and your vagina and who you want to sell it to, girl. I can't. When was the last time Karen was even halfway look happy or content? Her baby is going to come here frowned up. If y'all ain't anything, y'all consistent, honey. Y'all are consistent with this Karen shade. Yeah, I'm gonna need a time jump. I'm with you, Shari. I'm gonna need a time jump too. She wants us to be Zach's because she put all that time in with Zach. And she loves him, y'all. She's in love with him. Like, I just don't understand how that is such a far-fetched idea. We can understand that Fatima is deeply in love with Zach after meeting him. At the most, y'all, Fatima and Zach met 3 months ago. At the very most. But we can't understand how how Karen still loves Zach after 3 years. Huh? That's why you said it's too many unanswered questions. I feel that. Stacey Lil talking about putting all that on that baby. Wow. Y'all act like Karen is like choosing to be stressed. That's the crazy part for me. A lot of y'all be having these comments and this dialogue around the idea of like Karen just wants to be unhappy or Karen just wants to be stressed. She literally at her salon minding her own business and went to go get supplies or do whatever she did after talking Aaron off the ledge in the car. And then she comes back, sits at the desk at her daggone establishment minding her own business. And who comes running through the door with they mess? It's so funny to me how everybody wants to talk about, well, not everybody, but how so many people want to have this narrative about Karen is just so miserable and so unhappy and just, oh, she just wants to be mean, but yet people keep laying their bullshit on her steps and she's a fixer and she cares too damn much. And then now, and you're surprised of like how she ends up stressed or how she ends up anxious. Erica, you may not believe this, but before you made your video giving me a hypothesis about Karen's pregnancy, I had the same idea. Thought, really? Girl, it literally just came to me while I was on FaceTime with my homegirl, and I literally started cackling, and she was like, girl, what is wrong with you? I was like, I just came up with an idea that I think Tyler Perry going to do, and I think my subscribers is going to love it. I literally be talking like that, y'all. I don't know. Something wrong with me. Karen said it best. Andi gonna talk to Danni because she wants someone to tell her it's okay to get back with Gary. And it's like, yes. And if that's what you want to do that. Like, my thing is with Andi right now, and y'all might call me a bad friend or raggedy or whatever you want to say. But one thing that I have learned in having friendships for 20-something years, growing up with people and then breaking up with friends, I can only ride with you so long. We ain't riding or dying. I'm sorry. I ain't dying with your ass. I am going to ride with you as much as I can, but at some point I am going to get off because you are literally choosing this misery for yourself. And why the hell is nobody speaking about how Andi is actually a miserable person? Because she smiles and looks cute? Because it got to be something that's dragging her back into all this chaos constantly. It can't just be the money. It can't just be, it ain't the sex. Because when is the last time Gary and Andi even had sex? It's giving unhappy. It's giving discontent. It's giving addicted to chaos. Fatima knows about Gary. She knows about the squeezing and Andi. I don't know. I don't know if Fatima actually knows everything for her to be so cool and supporting Andi and not actually telling her the truth. Yes, I do think Danni is going to tell her to keep the penthouse and keep all the stuff. 100%. Exactly. Karen is not going to change how she feel about Gary, so Andi should stop asking her. Period. Period. Karen is unhappy because she believes she is pregnant by Zach. She still loves him, and it's not the way that she would want it to be. Their relationship is over. Okay. All right. I don't think that she doesn't believe that their relationship is over. I don't know. Have y'all ever been broken up with or broke up with somebody? Have you ever been in love and then all of a sudden that wasn't it anymore? Because some of y'all be speaking like you just can't fathom a process of decoupling. Like it's over and that's it. And you need to go on. Just because he has Fatima now, like it's supposed to be so clear and clean cut. Meanwhile, season 2, where was all of this? Where was all of this? It's over. It's over. Was it over when Zach was chasing her down with this bike and jumping up in Aaron's face every 2 seconds? Come on, y'all. Keep that same energy. Andi only want to talk to Danni about Aaron when Fatima dropped that boom in her lap. Huh? Andi only want to talk to Danni about Aaron. Andi actually said that she was going to talk to Danni about Gary because she wants a different opinion. She literally said that. Sometimes y'all just be making up stuff and we supposed to go with it because y'all say it in conversation, but it's not what happened. You can't make a man want you though. Zach don't want her. When is she trying to make him want her? Okay, I'm just gonna have to start skipping over some stuff because y'all are like having conversations and making arguments to stuff that I didn't even say. For real, the stressors are showing up. Notice Karen didn't go to anybody's place of business. And she didn't make no phone calls from what I remember. She was minding her business. And avoiding phone calls because she didn't answer Aaron's call and he just popped up. And I ain't even gonna hold you. If she was already in a bad mood and she didn't answer the phone, then that's all the warning that she actually had to give him. So when she was a little bit rude and snappy, it was like, well, she didn't call you back. And if she one of those people who don't like to be popped up on, I'm a person where you could pop up on me, especially if you feel like it's some interesting energy. I take pop-ups well, but a lot of people don't. People need to stop asking her if they don't want her to tell the truth. Period. And I'm the same way. Don't ask me if you don't want me to tell you the truth. Or if you ask me, tell me, I don't want you to tell me the truth. Or tell me, I need to feel good, friend. And then tell me what you want to know or want to ask me. And then I might lie to you because I feel like you asked me. But other than that, I'm going to tell you the damn truth. She loves Zach, but yet she had that man arrested knowing he had already had one strike against him. Oh, and I'm so glad you said this on this live because this constantly comes up in my comment section. Baby, let me take a sip of my sparkling water real quick. Was Karen wrong for having Zach arrested? Yes. Did she do it fully with malicious intent and understanding all that was going on and registering the whole strikes thing? I don't believe so. One thing that we willfully ignore is that when she called the bank to see who had made whatever purchases, whatever credit card, they literally told her Zach. They said Zach. That is what sent her up to that airport. That is what put that battery in her back. And that is what caused her to confront him in the way that she did. Go back and rewatch the episode. The bank said Zach. Now, no, I wouldn't necessarily took it that far. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't have called the police. I would have been ready to fight. Like, I would have been, and maybe I'm gonna have to do some story times because I've done a few things. I'm gonna want to lay hands only because I don't actually like the judicial system, and I've done the whole dating a dude that was in jail and all that. Like, I ain't with all that, but I am from the hood. And if you stole $5,000 or however much it was from me, and I actually think it was you, and I actually got proof from the bank because the bank is actually saying this, I probably would have showed up at that damn airport and it would have been rumbling on that airplane. I would have been swinging. Like, so, and regardless, I would have been wrong too. But I said all that to say, people want to say like, oh, she just maliciously wanted to send him back to jail and completely ruin his life. It's like, from what she was given, that's a decision that she made. And she's also paying the cost for it because that is ultimately the decision that turned him completely off from her and made him realize that he needed to go a separate way and they weren't healthy for each other. So in my mind, it's just like, all right, y'all. She did this. She made a mistake. He also gave her something multiple times. And they had whatever they had going on. They both have made mistakes. They both are paying the consequences for the mistakes within their relationship. At what point y'all gonna let it go? Because her consequences and or karma for getting Zach arrested is not having him right now. She's living it. So what exactly is your argument? Owen, I'm just curious. I think that's the point that Karen is at. She's about to get off this ride. I hope so. I want that for her. Please leave Andi where she at and let Andi spend the next 18 months chasing after Gary, being disrespected, leaving Gary, then going back to Gary. Let her spend the next 18 months doing that on her own. And maybe, you know, when the baby's second birthday rolls around and she cried at your birthday because she just wasted 2 years with this man and she wants her own baby, then y'all can reconvene and be best friends again and be like, well, girl, you know, you still beautiful and you deserve. But at this point, I can't. Andi is very disingenuous. When she went to Karen's salon, it agitated me because she didn't show up genuinely to check on Karen. She went there to seek validation for her choices. 100%. But none of them are worried about validating Karen. If my good girlfriend told me that she was pregnant by her ex who no longer wants her, that I just watched her last week spiral around and chase like a fool at times, there is no way in hell I'm not blowing up her phone, bringing her food, coming like, girl, you need me to rub your feet or something. Like, tell me what's going on. It's not enough talking for me. It's not enough. How do you feel? It's not enough. I need to understand where we at, honey. Where are we at in this world? Are we angry? Are we calm? Do we want revenge? Like, girl, talk to me. But that's me with my friends. There's no way in hell I'm walking up to my pregnant friend after she told me that she was pregnant yesterday with all this drama that has ensued. No way in hell I'm going into her place of business and leading with my damn self. Girl, ain't nothing going on over here. We is cool that lie. How are you? Are you hungry, honey? Have you talked to Aaron? Okay. Do you need me to take you to the doctor? Like, what's going on? Gary is full of shit. Yes. She liked the attention from Gary. Can we find somebody else to give her attention? It's just like, ugh. At this point, Zach, Gary, and Calvin can't stand them. You don't like Gary? I mean, damn it. None of us like Gary, Erica. None of us like what Gary is giving. You don't like Zach? What Calvin do to you? Andi needs to be done with Gary. I ain't gonna say she's such an idiot. I ain't gonna say she is an idiot now. I'm going with she dumb adjacent. That sounds better. It sounds nicer. Literally no sympathy for my girl Karen. Love is a very deep emotion. Can't just shake it off. Give her time to mourn her relationship. Damn. None of this energy when Zach was chasing down Karen for 2 seasons. Nobody was calling it desperate. Now all of a sudden things have changed. Hello. I'm missing something. Hey Mimi, how are you? Child, I just got a whole bunch of people drop off the chat. Y'all ain't like my rant? Girl, you gonna need some wine for you. Yeah, okay, so what I will say is, from the preview, I don't like Karen having this next conversation with Fatima. Y'all don't have nothing else to talk about until this baby is crowning. So, like, I don't want her to be on Fatima's line, pressing her and all of that. Even though if Fatima's open to having a conversation to help her heal through this, cool. But I do think that that's doing too much. So one thing I want to be very clear about. I ride for Karen. I love Karen as a character. I think that she's one of the most interesting things on this show. And whether you like her or not, she's keeping Sistas going. Because yes, we love Fatima, but what we gonna do? Watch Fatima just kiss all day? Like, she is the major drama that actually makes sense and has any kind of legs to it. Calvin and Sabrina's drama is whack. Maurice and Q's drama is whack. Andi and this cycle with Gary is whack. So Karen, to me, is a lot of the meat and potatoes of what's going on with Sistas, whether you like her or not. But I want to be clear, like, I'm going to tell her when she's right, and I'm also going to tell her when she's wrong. Like, I'm not one of those people or like some of y'all who are just super stands and have picked a side and can't fully see when your fave might be out of line or when your fave might have crossed the line. Like, I'm very clear about that. I do think, though, that with Karen, the line has been drawn way too tight and there's no sympathy, there's no empathy, and I'm going to always say something about that. When Andi and Fatima was in a break room, Fatima did tell Andi she needs to leave Gary alone. Then Andi hit her with the "I still love him." What that got to do with anything? That don't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. I think I'm talking about from tonight's episode when Fatima told her that she wasn't stupid. I feel like she lied. And I mean, it happens because we lie to our friends. We want our friends to feel good, so we lie to them. But to me, she either lied or she can't possibly know of all the things that Gary did, because I don't think that the Fatima character would know everything and still respond to her the way that she did. What episode was that? What episode was what time? Zach was trash too, chasing and popping up with all the damn crying. Hello. She wasn't supposed to confront Zach until Sabrina got her friend to investigate. I missed something. Karen did not start wanting Zach until she saw that somebody else was interested in him. I'm glad that you said this. I'm just saying, step up to the carpet, honey. I'm so glad that you said this on live, because this is another comment that is constantly being posted in my comment sections of my videos. And I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you as well, like as I had to do Mr. Owen, who hasn't, I guess, come back to the chat. Karen was revisiting the idea of getting back together with Zach after he blew her back out in that damn office. Be clear. She happened to find out about Zach and Fatima at the grocery store after she had a conversation, after she made up with Danni and all of that stuff that was going on, and they had that conversation at Andi's house, and they all decided to go to the grocery store, and then they run into Zach and Fatima at the grocery store. She was talking about considering getting back together with Zach then. So no, his money did not make her think about him again. No, Fatima did not make her think about him again. She was already on that road, and she was already up against that wall. And y'all saw it. There's some things to consider. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't mad that she wanted to confront it. It was just she couldn't wait. And yes, Erica, you're right. They both made mistakes and are going through the consequences. Okay, thank you, Mimi. Zach is Mr. Complain a lot. Listen, Devale tweeted out. Let me pull up that. Can I pull up that tweet? Because I can't. Let me find that while he tweeted out something, and I responded without thinking, but I meant what I said, so I left it up. But while I pull that up, let me see what else y'all are saying. I was with you because, like Andi, Karen is not worried about you. She has her own stuff. Andi is in love with Gary the same way that Karen is in love with Zach. If that is the case, if Andi is in love with Zach, if Andi is in love with Gary, how? What about Gary that has her like that? Because we saw at least a little bit of the end of Karen and Zach's relationship. I keep saying this, and nobody can ever give me any answers to it. We have yet to see Andi and Gary in a healthy place, a good place with their relationship, to even be able to register what it is that she wants so bad from this boy. So I don't agree. I don't think that she loves him the same way, because what? She has not even experienced love in the same way. I honestly don't believe that Gary and Andi know what love really is. I really don't. Andi has yet to show me that she knows it. Okay, let me go to this tweet real quick. It was definitely both of y'all. I mean, Robin is right there. She could at least try with him. And he got money. Like, it seemed like she seems to love. Like, Andi, you want this money? You want this penthouse? Why don't you just ask Robin to buy you all this Didn't even bring a meal for Karen. She been working all day. If you going to dump your BS on her, at least bring a meal. Hello. Um, I believe Andi invited Danni to dinner to chat with her about Karen pregnancy, paternity after Fatima put the bug in her ear. She didn't believe it's Zach's baby. And listen, if her friends don't believe it's his baby, that's fine too. But like, y'all, we gonna find out eventually. Like, what is it gonna hurt for you to just support your damn friend and mind your business? Like, if that's the case, if Andi's gonna try to be doing detective behind her back and like undermining what she's saying, it's just gonna go back to not giving real friend. I mean, I've had friends that, you know, they have some hope tendencies, and sometimes you don't know, but until I know, it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, until you tell me, until something is established, until the doctors tell you and you tell me, what does it matter? Why do I need to do all of that? So if she's constructing this dinner so she can get to the bottom of who's Karen's baby daddy, you need something else to do with yourself, Andi. Do some work. Do some more work, and maybe you can buy a penthouse for yourself because you spend less time being in everybody's business, and then you could be, you know, making more money. Anywho, I thought the same thing. She's trying to stir something up. I feel it would put more stress on Karen. People were saying a lot like, "Oh, Karen is not really pregnant. She's just stressed." No, she's about to be stressed. I don't think that Karen has gone through nearly as much stress as she's about to go through this pregnancy, and I hate that for her. Her friends are already giving and not going to be a supportive anything for her. She is going through the normal, you know, the normal motions of what it is to break up. So she has that. Then she also has the guilt of like having a really great guy waiting for her right there and just not feeling it. Not like, while it seems annoying and it seems rude, kind of like how Karen is interacting with Aaron, what I will say is I feel like Ebony is playing it very, very true, because I can only imagine like the conflicting of emotions and the guilt that you would feel knowing that somebody is a solid dude and wants to give you a good life, and just not being able to put yourself in that place just because of all your crap, right? Like, and you know it. Like, I can only imagine the weight of what that feels like. I didn't see all that. I saw them making fun of the incident in the supermarket. Well, go back and rewatch it, because I'm just saying, go back and rewatch it. I saw it. I literally went back because I was getting this comment a lot in a lot of my videos, and I'm like, all right, maybe I, read it wrong. She literally does start to talk about getting back with Zach before any of that. It just happens like sequentially, and it's easy to go there. I see how y'all go there, but it's just not the case. When they talk, yeah, Andi and Gary have always been toxic. I'm waiting for somebody to give me a moment where Andi and Gary were actually good for each other. I'm waiting. We have not seen not one. So I struggle to understand what Andi is actually holding on to. Like, girl, you have not had a good time yet. We started off and you was having great sex, but he was supposed to be at the gym and you knew he was married, girl. Like, what? I think that's the last time I seen Andi smile with that man. Then that's literally her birthday. She had made a decision that she was going to walk away if he didn't leave her wife by then. He didn't do that. He takes her back home. I want to be with you. Brings her flowers, pops up in public, and then tells her he's going to stay the night. And then he ultimately doesn't stay the night. Like, girl, no. They been toxic. It been raggedy. And it would be one thing if we had like some moments of like good that we could pull from. But I literally have been racking my brain trying to figure out if there was ever a time where things was good. And it ain't been. Andi loves the material things. He remembers dreams, but narcissist manipulative behavior. People do that to control, not love. Yes. And I keep saying this too, like he might have remembered that you like this particular type of ice cream or that you want a surprise wedding, but he can't remember not to belittle you. He can't remember not to demean you. He can't remember not to disrespect you. He can't remember not to cheat on you. Girl, his memory ain't that damn good, honey. Sound to me like he remember everything that don't really matter when it comes down to things. Do they even know that Karen slept with Aaron? No, they didn't. Fatima let Andi in on that today. I'm not a Karen fan, but wanted Zach back. But she wanted Zach back once they had their romp in the office. Go back and rewatch it. I can't remember what episode it is, y'all, because there's so many dang episodes and some of them be dragging. But I'm going to try to go back and start to like categorize it. Maybe I'll put it up on the website of like how like tracking certain, you know, plot points and beats so that we can keep up with it. Because part of it's not even our fault, y'all. So I can't even blame y'all in reference to like the shift in narrative and having different conversations. Because part of it is Tyler Perry and how he has chosen to write certain things, and he'll double back on a plot point and then go this way and then go that way. So clearly we all just need to get on the same accord, honey. But the paternity ain't Fatima's business. She needs to address that with Zach, not Karen and Andi. I mean, if Andi is her friend, then, you know, she has the right to speak to her friend. And unfortunately, on this show, we haven't seen any other friends for her other than the girl Angela that she called to set up Hayden with. She don't have any other friends. So I'm not going to rob Fatima of, you know, the ability to be able to speak how she's really feeling in a confident, safe space. It's just unfortunate that the only friend that she has paired right now is also Karen's friend, which this is all on Andi to be able to mitigate how this conversation actually happened. So again, I don't have a problem with what was said, because what Fatima said is some real stuff. Like, that's how you really do feel. Did Andi even ask her how she was doing? Y'all tell me, because I don't recall. And I'm not saying that Karen, I'm not saying that Karen exact cycle was not toxic. I think that there's levels to everything. And when people try to put Gary and Andi in the same boat as Zach and Karen, I don't see it, because it's just not the same. You could both be toxic, but be completely in completely different ways. To me, Gary is toxic because he doesn't actually love Andi or want the best for her. He just wants to control, objectify, sexualize her when he's feeling it and can get it up, and then move on to the next, similar to how he did his wife. Zach, to me, was toxic because he got stuck in his own nasty behaviors, creating a repeating cycle of betraying himself and his loved one because he was so focused on how he couldn't do anything right and couldn't really see the forest through the trees to pull himself out of that. And ultimately his decisions that were more so about himself wound up impacting his relationship. Karen was toxic because she loved this man so damn much that she stayed, even though there was plenty of times where she wanted to leave. That allowed for her to build resentment and still try to be in something without fully being in something, and realize how she could better show up in that thing, while also taking on a little bit more than she could actually even handle, because regardless, Zach was never going to get fixed in that relationship because Zach wasn't ready to be fixed. That's completely different than this trivial bullshit that we have going on with Gary and Andi. I'm sorry, it is. So while we can give them both the title of toxic, it's two very different situations that I just don't think that you can compare. There's real love there between Zach and Karen. I have yet to see real love with Andi and Gary. Yet. The problem I have with Aaron is that he won't let her breathe, like give her a moment so she can miss you. But men be scared. Men be so scared. Well, I ain't gonna lie, we do too. Sometimes when you're afraid to lose something, you just start to grab it so tight because you're like, I just can't lose this thing. And you don't realize that the squeezing of the thing is what's going to make you lose it quicker. She needs to speak it to Zach, and it's supposed to be Karen's friend. Wait, who? I'm confused. When Tay talk, I'm confused. I'm sorry. I think I might have read that wrong. I don't have the answer. You have to get with TP. She thinks she has, like Sabrina told her, she only knows what he has shown her. She's in love with the idea of Gary, I think. But what is the idea of Gary? A man with money who tells you everything that you have is nothing and you are nothing? Like, when I say this, y'all, I'm not just trying to give y'all a comeback and like completely dismiss what you're saying. I really do hear what you're saying. Like, but even the idea of Gary is trash. Like, nothing about him is appealing. Like, how does your vagina get wet, Andi? I don't understand, girl, because it's Sahara Desert over here. I don't see it. I really don't. Zach has some redeeming qualities. I haven't seen any from Gary, but toxic. I'm cracking up laughing at you when you're going off about Andi. She's actually meeting up with Danni to chat. If it's about the Karen situation, I might have to just go ahead and bow out of talking about Andi in general. Like, I was really thinking about it while watching this episode. I was like, I think I might have to decide that I'm going to ignore Andi for this foreseeable future, because I really feel like I can't sit up here and just continue to call her dumb and continue to talk about this same old thing. Like, it is bringing my energy down, honestly. Like, it doesn't make me feel good to discuss Andi and her endless cycle of Gary's nonsense. Fancy seeing you here. All right, let's talk about, well, y'all want to talk about the preview? How long we been on this thing? Oh, we've been on here an hour. I just been hollering the whole time. I hope I haven't been too loud for y'all. And Owen in the real, I'm just saying, thank y'all for, posing your question or posing your comments, and no like shade directly to you. You guys were just repeating things that have come up in the comment section like a lot. And I felt like they were responses to conversations or arguments that I wasn't actually making. So I really am glad I got to address it right here on live. So I hope that I didn't offend y'all or like, make you feel a type of way, because I'm really glad that you're here and I'm not like trying to come at you. I was just trying to come at the idea that is being perpetuated. Can we talk about how everyone's involved in the paternity investigation when it really ain't nobody's business? Can't help but feel uneasy about Fatima spilling the tea about Aaron. See, I'm torn because Fatima did it as a friend, and if she wasn't talking to Andi, it would have been completely fine because we wouldn't even known about it, right? Like, it wouldn't have been a thing. Like, it was just one of her other little homegirls from wherever. That's a very real thing of like sitting and talking and like, I heard she was so-and-so. Like, especially if y'all, you have that kind of intel, right? But you right. And it's giving all these girls really even friends, like, for this to be the pressing thing on people's mind and not Karen's well-being, it's like, am I really your friend? Because even if I was a hoe, so you friends with a hoe, are you not going to support me regardless of who the damn baby daddy is? I get the joke that, that Danni made of like, I ain't babysitting, but I felt like that was too soon. And the fact that she left it with that, like that's all she was saying, it just gave me, okay, well, you're really not here to support her, because babysitting or not, you have not congratulated her. You have not really like checked in to see where she's at mentally. Like, child, it is none of their damn business and they all making it their business. Oh, thank you, Owen. I'm glad. All love. I mean, you can still not like Karen, but I'm just saying, let's get the narrative right. And then I don't know, how does y'all friendships work? Because in my friendships, especially if it's me with like a group of girls and we're all friends, because I do have my different pockets of friends, but there are a few girls who like, we are all cool together. When one person's news or whatever they got going on in their life becomes colossal, does that person's stuff like become the primary focus of the group and then everybody else just kind of chills? Because I'm really getting annoyed with the idea that everybody thinks that all of their problems matter when half of their problems are made up on their own. Like, I really do want them to prioritize Karen's pregnancy. And a lot of people on this here Rihanna's internet is coming at me telling me that I shouldn't think that way. Can y'all let me know how y'all feel about that? Karen told the sister circle at Andy's place that she loves Zach. She wanted him to come home and they stay over, but she know he will be good for about a month and then he'll be right back to the old Zach. That was that episode, right? Okay, you feel me, Kenny? It should be about supporting Karen. But then also I'm just like, well, Erica, girl, Andi really do think that this Gary problem is a problem because she in this office boo-hoo crying, child, and just distraught. She is becoming unhinged because, oh my God, Gary, I just don't know what to do. I want to take him back, but everybody says I can't take him back. And he really hates me, but he keeps buying me things. So does he really hate me? Yes. He does not like you. He does not wish you well. He does not want good things for you, honey. Again, you creating that problem for yourself, Andi. I can't. Sabrina, if I gotta hear you mention Calvin's name one more goddamn time, girl, another problem that ain't a problem. Don't bring it up again. We got bigger fish to fry. How many onesies do you need, Karen? Like, that's what I need to hear, honestly. That's what I need to hear. Danni, you ducking out Logan, but then you telling the girls that you want to be handcuffed by him. Girl, save it. Save it for somebody else because you also are picky and choosy with sharing your information as well. It's so funny to me how season 1 Danni was pissed because the girls was hiding stuff. Andi and Karen, they like to hold things. They don't share everything with the group. Meanwhile, Danni is running amok, wreaking havoc on one of the only real relationships that she's probably ever had, and not even really disclosing the full truth to any damn body, but she want everybody to tell them their business. And then when they tell you her business, or when we tell you our business, all you want to do is make a damn joke about it. Girl, sit your ass in that corner and drink that wine. Don't say us to me, okay? Don't say nothing else. Like, I really do not understand how Karen in her situation is not priority 1 by way of support, not priority 1 in disproving who she believes to be the baby daddy, or priority 1 in proving her whole facts, or priority 1 in trying to figure out how this affects Fatima. Like, why isn't it just supporting Karen as priority 1? Is that not how friendships work in 2022? I'm just confused. When Danni said that, it pissed me off because the minute she don't ask her to babysit, she gonna be like, oh, so I'm not good enough to watch your baby? You said it. You said it, sis. Why is she not showing yet? Child, you know we only like a week from the pregnancy test, if that. Actually, we're literally like 3 days from when she took the pregnancy test was at. Andi came to her basically asking for permission to see Gary like a damn kid. And then gonna make her out to be this horrible person. And it annoys me so bad because then people take these scenes that she had with Andi and then they use it online and be like, oh, Karen is just so miserable. No, Karen was minding her business until Andi walked her behind up into the hair mastery. Leave her alone. Y'all are menaces. I was really surprised Andi didn't know Karen slept with Aaron, even off camera. I feel like Karen needs the support, but Aaron is the only one emotionally available. Aaron and Fatima are the only ones who are emotionally available, and Fatima is not her friend. Let's sit with that. Hey, Lou. Hey, Marcel, how are you? Yeah, definitely make the biggest problem a priority. That's why the sister circle looking foreign to me. It couldn't be my sister circle. And why did Andi tell Karen that she had to go to the doctor with her? Exactly, girl. You was not coming to the doctors with me with your horrible ass energy and your bad decision making. No, absolutely not. Karen doesn't know it, but she don't actually wish Karen well. She just wants to stay in the know. I don't know. Karen and Andi are starting to give me like, we've been best friends for longer than we haven't been best friends. So we're just going to stay best friends, even though we actually aren't best friends anymore. And I really want Fatima to watch out because she's sinking a lot of eggs into this Andi friendship basket. And I don't know if Andi is capable of being a really solid friend. Like, is there even going to be a baby shower at this point? Can't see who's going to throw it, and I'm concerned. I throw it. I got you, Karen, girl. When the show ends, CP is probably going to have the friends have a huge blow up and no longer be friends or random deaths like his other shows. See, and that's where I think I'm missing out because I don't watch any of his other. Well, I watch Bruh, but other than that, I don't watch anything. So when y'all be coming here like, oh, he probably going to do this or he did this in this show, I be like, oh dang, I didn't know nothing about it because I've never seen. Oh, actually, the only other Tyler Perry show I used to watch was If Loving You Is Wrong. Did y'all watch that show? That was a guilty pleasure for me. I absolutely loved that show until it went left, and I hated Alex the entire time. Alex and Randall, I just can't. Gary's giving Randall all day. I want us to straighten out this narrative. I still don't get emotionally available from Aaron. I just don't. Okay, why don't you feel like Aaron is emotionally available? Because I ain't even gonna have to hold. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I was on the train of hell no to Aaron for a very long time. But at this point, the proof is in the pudding, honey. He is consistent. He is giving what needs to be gave. Even giving stuff that don't need, like, not that it don't need to be gave, but might not deserve to be gave. He is overextending. He is communicating. He is mature. Like, some of it is smothering, but also a lot of it is very necessary. Like, I don't know. He really won me over continuing to love Karen through her messiness because it's so easy to abandon black women when shit gets messy or when it's not clear or when we're confused or conflicted. And the fact that he has yet to abandon her, it's just like, I give him all the credit for that. I really do. So I think that he is emotionally available. He doesn't have any, like, he literally puts his emotion on the back burner. Aside from the pregnancy, and like, since he's learned about that, now he is more emotional in reference to his emotions. But before that, oh, sorry, y'all. Before that, he was putting all of Karen's emotions before himself. I blame TP for this confusion since it's only been like 5 days since she found out. Facts, Shari. It's only been 5 days. Did y'all hear Karen tell Fatima that she don't understand how he doing all this for her in a matter of weeks and didn't do it for her in a matter of 3 years? Yes. And I'm stressed about it. I'm very stressed because it's like, girl, while we wondering the same thing, that also is not Fatima's problem or question to answer for you, honey. Erica, did you notice the IMDb Fatima series episode synopsis? I haven't done it yet. Like, a lot of people have sent it to me, but I haven't even read any of that yet. Sorry, y'all. I was so caught up in like All American stuff. Monday nights is like All American World in my life, and then Tuesdays is like getting all that content out. I had a bunch of Bel Air stuff that I wanted to do, so I haven't even looked at it. I'm going to look at that stuff tonight and work on some videos to talk about it. But apparently a lot of y'all are pissed. A lot of y'all are very angry at whatever IMDb said about Fatima in the series. I haven't read any of it just yet. I won't be watching, but I know you'll be reviewing it just to make you aware. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of DMs that I haven't opened just yet because they were talking about it. I want to spoil it for myself. He's smothering her and he has the EQ to make sure she's okay, even though Karen doesn't want him. I hope Karen goes alone because no one deserves to go to the doctor's appointment at this point. I think Aaron does. I would like Aaron to go to the doctor's with her. As long as he could check himself. Aaron or Zach. But Zach ain't going. Pam and Fatima going to throw the baby shower. Ow! I will go to that shower, honey. I will be right there. And they will make sure it's a good one, too. And all the sisters will be sitting outside the hair mastery with the door locked, looking in like, oh, we wish we was in there. You hoes gone. Tonight was the first time Fatima showed how much this pregnancy news is bothering her. She has fallen more in love with Zach and is finally starting to process what's happening. Okay. I can see that. I wish Tyler Perry would have gave her room to start to do that before she put up like this really solid front. I think she should have Aaron go with her and don't tell Zach until the baby is born. Not until the baby is born now. Because he gonna have to come talk to the belly or something at some point. I have nots. Everybody was getting killed off on the last episode. Okay. Just like Sweet Magnolia. I haven't watched that either. Zach and Karen needs to be together. Child, that ship has sailed, Deborah Black. That ship has sailed. I was holding on tight to that ship for a very long time, but I think that Zatima is where it's at least for the foreseeable future. I want them to have a solid run in their relationship. I think Aaron is cool too, but he need to learn her boundaries. She also needs to communicate her boundaries because she's a little wishy-washy with that too. So I think that they're in the process of figuring all that out, honestly. He consistently provides stress. I understand he's loyal, but that just gives friend vibes, not relationship material, just my opinion. Aaron, Alex on If Loving You Is Wrong was pregnant by some random dude, not by Randall or her husband. Child, that whole last season just went astray. Actually, the last 2 seasons, like, we got in jail for forever in 5 years, and it was when Trevante Rhodes left, I should have left. But I kept watching it. No, they don't. They just need to come to an understanding to have a healthy relationship to raise their baby. Yep. I don't know how I find it hard to get on team Aaron. I think Aaron feels very too good to be true for a lot of black women. Because it was for me. Like, it was very much so like, oh, sir, what? But I think that that's more so us coming from a place of our trauma and not, or maybe not seeing enough Aarons. We all need someone like Pam on our side. She's going to get the 411 on that lady for Karen. Child, once Karen found out that Zach is in jail, honey, oh Lord, that's gonna send her on a whole little emotional hormonal trip. Or Pam go with her. Yeah, I could see Pam going with her. If anyone's emotionally available to Karen, it's Pam. You're not wrong, but Pam has like the solid homegirlness, but she just don't have a certain level of like, I guess, maturity, because she don't know when to stop playing. To me, like, I love her down, but like, I would talk to her, but she wouldn't be the first person I run to, because sometimes she just take the jokes too far and she don't get serious enough quick enough. But she is emotionally available. When I saw Trevante was on there, I was like, oh, he can act. When the trailer of Moonlight dropped, I was like, he's out of there. Out of there! It was literally like a month maybe, and it was just like, oh yeah, he left to go do something. I'm just like, great, we're never getting him again. And I was obsessed with him. I want to see how Aaron going to act if he's not the father. I can see him still staying. I can see that too. Again, I have said this time and time again, they don't give me sisters vibes. It's just women who went to college together and stayed in touch. Pam is like Danni if she cared about Karen. That is the comment of the night. Pam is like Danni if Danni cared about Karen. You are so right. Aaron is corny and doesn't have the edge that some women tend to go for. I'm just saying. That's real. That's so funny because I've been telling my friends lately, like, I have grown out of my hood dude phase. I have grown out of these raggedy Negroes and the this and the that. Give me a corny dude who knows exactly who he is and what he wants, and we can make magic, okay? Aaron might relapse. Let's keep him in prayer for real, for real. I don't think so. I think that now that he thinks that he has a baby on the way, he's going to be straighter than ever. I think that maybe if once he finds out that the baby isn't his, then he could. But nah, during these 9 months, we thought that he was goody two shoes before. Aaron about to show y'all what it really is. I don't understand how y'all be coming for, and y'all including Maurice. Like, yes, Maurice talking about Sabrina's clothes. Like, she did not be looking bad. Why y'all be doing that? How we feel about Bio, y'all? Because we ain't even really talked about the episode. I spent so much time defending Karen tonight. How we feel about Bio? Sabrina and Bio is totally about to be a thing. Y'all hate Sabrina's clothes, even though I think that they fit her. Like, they look good to me. Like, she looks like she has like a certain eclectic, colorful style. Maurice, I can't. But he ain't the only one. Y'all literally be reading her in all of my daggone comments. There's always like one or two comments that's talking about her clothes. How do we feel about Bio? How do we feel about Q? We're going to talk about him for a second because he decides to pop up and breaking and entering into Maurice and Calvin's house. These people acting like the baby coming tomorrow. Karen ain't even showing yet, and these people acting up already. Facts. Aaron isn't emotionally available. Girl, that's laughable. Aaron is nothing else. If nothing else, has always been fully present and emotionally available. Aaron is patient and selfish and so much more. Wait, what? Oh, that was a question. Okay, you're saying that he is emotionally available. Yes. He hasn't always been emotionally available. When his whole wife thing was happening, I think that was it for me. It took me a very, very, very long time to forgive Aaron for his wife. To be honest, I skipped Sabrina. Her storyline is giving dry. I frankly don't care about it anymore. I don't care about Sabrina's storyline, but I like seeing her. I think that Novi is gorgeous. So every time she's on screen, I be looking at her. I just don't be caring about what's coming out their mouth. I think Bio needs to stay around, but can TP have a man on there that knows what no means? Listen, because he don't take, like, none, like, and honestly, I tweeted this out, y'all. It's giving, like, do all these men think that they can buy women? Because he basically like flashed his bank account or like try to take $200,000 out the bank like that was supposed to do something for her. She ain't Andi. Like, boy, I will rate this episode a 7, maybe a 6.5. I might be being nice with a 7. I'm gonna rate it a 6.5. Maurice is annoying because he should have called the cops on Q if he was serious. I'm over it. Yes. Then they're talking about he's a good guy. He turned this person in. And honestly, Shari, I'm not even over the whole Maurice and Q storyline. I'm just over the seeing Q part. Can we start talking about why Maurice is making excuses for Q and how this is tied to his lack of love and growing up and feeling unwanted and what? Like, can we get to the meat and potatoes of all that and stop skimming the surface on this crusty ass topping that is nasty? You know, the cupcakes that be having nasty topping, but the filling be real good, or the actual cake be real good. So sometimes you gotta scoop the little topping off just so that you can get to the really good cupcake. I want that to happen for Maurice's storyline, because Q is this nasty purplish gray frosting that is giving nasty and nausea, when all I want to get to is the bomb moist yellow cake underneath. And that's it. I don't know where that analogy came from, but I hope y'all rocking with me with it. I love the African pride. I don't like Calvin for Sabrina. Period. What's some of the bad things I thought about this episode? I thought it was a waste. I know that we had to have Andi call Sabrina, call Danni, but I felt like Danni was just thrown in the episode with her bending down and then Logan popping up. I thought that was stupid. I didn't like that Jake did not call Fatima. Like, he had plenty of time to do so. These girls had gone out to this place and that place. Andi grabbed her bag like she was going to go meet Danni right then and there. The next thing you know, we see 2 more scenes of her back at the office. Like, huh? I didn't like Andi calling Gary and then breaking down after the fact. It's just like, girl, you was weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up. Sheesh. What else did I like about the episode? I think that was it. Aside from that, in general, it just dragged on. It didn't necessarily feel like a meaty episode. It just felt like a bunch of things were happening. I hate that he keeps doing this. Like, when they say no, they don't want to go out, leave them alone. Yes. I still ain't over the wife situation. Sorry, Aaron, still a no for me. I'll try to give him a chance, but it's rough right now. What are some of the good things I liked about the episode? I liked how Fatima was being honest about her feelings and her insecurities around Zach having a baby by somebody else and what that's doing to her. I liked watching Karen go after Aaron after she realized he was emotional in the car and their exchange there. I like Andi and Fatima talking and her giving her the rubber band ball, even though like she can go ahead and just stay there at work tonight and just go through all the list of the things that Gary did and go ahead and get rid of that ball right now so she can go ahead and move on. I thought it was really cool and it showed really how amazing Fatima is as a friend and how grounded and mature she is. I think those were my favorite things from tonight's episode. Q needs to go now when he stole the stuff from Calvin's room. Okay, Maurice can't rock with him, but robbing the bank and then holding him at gunpoint is too far. Exactly. Robbery was enough for me. The wife cheated on him with his friend. Yes. And then blew her dang on brains out in Karen's salon. Karen better than me because I'd have sold that dang on salon. I would not be still doing hair at the place that this lady blew her brains out. Wouldn't be me. Would not be me. All right, so far y'all are feeling bio. Y'all want that to happen because we want to get, not even just because we feeling bio, but just because we want Sabrina to have something to do. I can't, but I'm here for it. How long do we think that Zach is going to be in jail? How long is Tyler Perry going to carry this out? Andi, we going to go ahead and pass on sis, because her going up to Karen's hair mastery was it for me. Child. Next photo. Come on, little slideshow. This has to stop. Tyler Perry, this man has to go. It has to stop. Fatima and her cackling at Hayden's expense. That was also top tier for me because he deserved every last laugh. And the fact that he still is looking for some type of sympathy. Boy, if you don't carry a little cripple behind on, no shade to anybody that is disabled. This is literally something that's coming for him specifically. He deserved every laugh, every cackle, every ill will thing that could come his way. Sir, Hayden, we do not care how you feel. We do not care that you hurt. We do not care. Okay? We don't care. I want to make a song like that. Glenn Travia, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try. I'll be fighting for my life sometimes because a lot of people do not agree with the stuff that I say, but I try to keep it very authentic to me and also give y'all the reasons why I feel the things that I feel, and y'all vibing with it. So we keeping this thing rolling. Be sure to hit that like button. I haven't checked the video yet to see how many likes we have on the video, but y'all are here in this live. Please be sure to give me a like so that we can continue to keep this thing growing, keep the channel going. It really helps me out a lot. If you're catching this on a replay, be sure to drop your comments and your responses. I will be checking the responses in the comments tomorrow and in a few days after and replying to you guys. So if you didn't make the live, but you were watching the replay, I appreciate you. Let me know that you were here by posting a comment. She can't sell what she doesn't own. No shade to Karen. Just saying. You don't think that she owns that space? Karen she literally doing hair in the same spot, okay? Free Zach. Period. You think he gonna be in jail to the mid-season finale? I can see that. I give it like 4 episodes, yeah. Zach will be getting out during the second half of the season. He gonna be in jail until Karen had a baby. Y'all so shady. 2 episodes. You think Zach is gonna be in jail? Did you see the clip for next week? Karen is asking Fatima why is Zach being a man she wanted but didn't have. Why is that? Is he the way that he is with Fatima? Yeah, I saw it, child, and it just gave me instant anxiety. It gave me instant anxiety. I'm like, Karen, girl, that's a very valid question, but you don't have the right to ask Fatima that, boo. You don't. Y'all are not friends, honey. But maybe y'all might get to a place. I want them to get to a place where they're friends. I really do. I'm just mad because I'm crippled right now, and he on those crutches making a mockery of them. He be on both feet. Oh, when Tay talk, I hope you get well soon and heal up. He literally is just ridiculous. I would have made an obstacle course in that office so Hayden can't get through the crutches. Yes. If I was Fatima, I would still be terrorizing him with little nuisance things like that. Clarity. Aaron has always been fully present and emotional available when Karen is concerned from the start. He only vested in Karen. He's been nothing but emotionally available for her. Okay. For the most part, aside from the wife, because he had bouts of anger with that, and he was a little iffy at the start, and then also when he had his relapse, I don't think that you're emotionally available when you are falling off the wagon. So those are the two times that I would say, but for the most part, he definitely has been emotionally available. Hey, Deborah, I'm late to the conversation, but why do you think Zach was arrested? I want to say the stock stuff, but then now from how they played this tonight's episode in that scene, it feels like it's something that we have no idea about, because like we didn't know if you want Fatima to know, like, what is it? Is it something from the past for real? Is it better not be nobody else's baby. A lot of people are running around here saying that he got another baby that nobody knew about. Child, I can't. Well, in that case, Zach doing 25. He doing 25 seasons? Because it's going to take 25 seasons for Karen to actually push out this baby. Andi gave her a lot of money to open a salon. They mentioned it in seasons 1 or 2. Aaron on shaky ground for me. I would just like to say I'm so happy I found this channel with somebody that can understand Karen without hating Fatima. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that, because sometimes, child, like I said, I be fighting for my life and people really don't understand it. Like, I recently decided that I'm just going to start deleting comments or blocking people that keep saying, like, I get all the time, you hate Fatima, just say that. I'm going to tell y'all who I hate. I'm not like shy about that. Like, I don't have no reason to be making up any lies or like talking around something and like, oh, I really secretly hate Fatima, but I'm gonna big her up in like 80 videos. Like, that's some goofy people and I don't do that. So yeah, I really do like Fatima, and people who can't seem to understand that I like Fatima and I like Karen is just like, well, you go not understand over there, because we on some other stuff over here. We having real conversations and we relating it to life, and we healing and we kikiing and we enjoying ourselves. Take your goofy ass on. So thank you for sharing that. That's my comment about the rubber band ball. Yes, go ahead and demolish that rubber band ball tonight, Andi. He has done enough to get all them rubber bands off of that ball. Let it be done. Zach got arrested for back child support. That's what people were saying. I feel like it's something that we don't know, and I'm hoping it's not that, because if Karen ain't the first baby mama and Fatima ain't the first baby mama, I'm on Zach's head. He gets no more grace from me, because I hate it. I hate the idea of it. I completely hate it. All of it. I just can't. I can't get to a grounded place around it. I cannot understand. I cannot empathize. I cannot. Like, I know it might have been all before, but I don't give up. I'm on his head. Just like if I was one of his like if I was either in the show and Fatima's homegirl or Karen's homegirl, another woman pops up with a baby and this is back child support. Zach, go to Home Depot, start buying new windows, because every last window in that duplex is gone. Boo-boo. It's gone. That Porsche, pay up the insurance, because I need to work some shit out. I'm sorry. Like, I just can't. I can't. So I'm hoping not. I'm praying that it's not back child support and it's just something else. Like, maybe he missed something that he was supposed to do with his parole and it was like an oversight or an admin error, a clerical error or something. Please don't let it be some baby mama popping out the woodwork. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hello. I hope they don't have Zach with a secret baby, because my girl Fatima needs to leave him alone. I'm sorry. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. If a secret baby pop up, I don't know if I'm rooting for Fatima to stay. Even though they have a really bomb connection. Like, watching Zach walk into his fullest potential with Fatima has been beautiful to see. But that is a lot. And maybe it's just gonna take a big. Maybe she don't need to break up with him immediately. Maybe it's just gonna take some processing and really understanding the context around how this happened and how he didn't know. But it definitely would press pause for me, for sure. Fatima gonna have a baby mama and a child on crutches. She gonna disappear them folk. But I can see 2 to 4 episodes of Zach being in jail. He's going to come out before the end of the season. I was really hoping that Fatima would premiere in the mid-season between while Sistas was on hiatus, but that's not going to happen. I actually kind of feel like they're going to wind up doing a back-to-back night, like a Wednesday night Sistas premiere and then Fatima premieres. So I could totally see that happen towards the tail end of this season. They are supposed to tell you what you're being arrested for. The fact that little old fake FBI lady who finally found an iron and a pressing comb decided to say, no, I ain't going to tell you. It's like, girl, okay, well, go ahead and get ready to catch this lawsuit because Miranda rights are real, boo-boo. You don't get to circumvent those because you want to have an attitude and a fake swoop. Like, girl, go ahead. But Jake, also, why didn't you call Fatima? Like, Fatima literally works at a law office. Why did we call Fatima but we call Bill Watts? Who is this man? I don't trust him. Zach doesn't have another baby. Y'all need to stop. I agree. I'm 100% on team doesn't have another baby. Zach is good. Fatima is going to be on BET Plus. I love the fact that Fatima said that she want to have Zach baby. Yeah, it shows that she's come a very, very long way. But people were like, oh, Fatima's going to get pregnant. I don't think that Fatima is going to get pregnant while Karen is pregnant. She don't seem like that type. She's not in a rush to now have his baby because she feels away. I think she was just communicating where she was at mentally. Fatima already feels like Issa, even though she's the condola. Not really, but hopefully you understand what I mean because I didn't like canola. I didn't like canola either. I don't feel like it's like that. But I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying, but I don't feel like it's like that. Technically she is canola oil. But I don't know, the situation is just still so different. Canola oil came out of nowhere. He didn't really love her. You about to have me in insecure PTSD because I really hated that whole condolences storyline. I hated that for Issa. Jake is in on this. Never trusted him from a moment I saw him sitting in Gary's office. No, we actually can trust Zake. Zake. We can trust Jake. He's going to be in Fatima, and he is going to wind up being Zach's best friend. They need Robin to defend Zach. Andi will have Zach doing 10 to 24. I don't understand. Like, I know that they had the whole storyline of how Andi is getting all these opportunities because she's pretty. But she ain't damn disproving anything. Like, Andi don't do no work. All she do is come in there looking good and sashaying. Girl, do something. You ain't done nothing since you got that daggone divorce settlement for that other lady who recommended Gary's wife to you. We ain't seen you litigate nothing since. That's hilarious. I can't. The FBI was being so rude. Petty AF. She did a whooping. I hope this is the last time we gonna see her. Like, girl, you've been hunting him down for days. Now you finally got him. Please make sure that this means that we don't ever have to see you again, honey. Yeah, but for the most part, y'all, this episode was low-key. Kind of dragged on a little bit, a little chill. Be sure to follow me on Twitter because I live tweet during the episodes at ericavane.com. Drop all your last thoughts. What do y'all rate the episode? What number we giving on a scale of 1 to 10? How y'all feeling about tonight's episode? Of course, I will have my breakdown video for y'all tomorrow, as well as my preview for next week's episode. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm very nervous. The Fatima and Karen conversation yet again is like, it has me on edge. I honestly want Karen to just have a few episodes by her damn self, where she don't gotta talk to nobody. All she gotta do is do some hair, rearrange her apartment, sage, pray. Her mama's supposed to be coming back, right? So talk to mama. Leave these girls alone, because they is big stress. Not an ounce of work. Andi just be modeling through the office at this point. Literally. I think Zach is caught up because Fatima got that man beat up. Or because of the money he has in the stock market. All right, y'all giving it an 8, a 6, a 6, a 5.5. I give it an 8.5, a 7, a 5. Because it was given leave Karen alone. Take that 7.5 back. I'm going to go ahead and be on the record and say I'm going to give it a 6.5. I feel like our live was way more interesting than the episode. I love talking with y'all tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been real. Y'all kicking it real late with your good sis. Just to chop it up about this show. We will be back again next week at 8:15 to talk about episode number 10. And we have 2 episodes until the mid-season finale. I think we're probably going to get a month between for the mid-season little break. And then they're also about to go into... They're about to go into filming. So they're going to start filming season 5 really, really soon. And then I also think they're going to film the special for like at the end, or maybe even a mid-season special. So we're going to have a little bit of content in the meantime. When is the mom coming back? I looked on IMDb and it didn't mention her coming back in 2022. I gotta double check. I'm working on a video about it, but I haven't confirmed anything, so I don't want to say anything out the way just yet. But I just know she is coming back. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Please be sure to like this video. Give me that thumbs up if you are new and you are not subscribed. I don't know what you're doing, but go ahead and subscribe. You can hit that button right now before we go ahead and exit. It's been real. You enjoyed the conversation. You enjoyed the kiki. You enjoyed the debate. It's all love. Even when I don't agree with y'all, it is all love. I appreciate y'all being here and spending your time with me. It's not lost on me. I appreciate you so very much. I wish you all a great, amazing night. Please sleep well. If you watch Bel Air, please join me on live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because we're getting into all things Bel Air, which is a phenomenal show right now. Literally, Michael Ealy is Michael Ealy, and I don't know how to handle it. I'm gonna see y'all.